Let us look at marketing and public relations. Now, in this course, we first look at the learning outcomes of the course, what you'll be expected to attain at the end of the course, and what you'll be able to do. The first one would be you'll be able to evaluate the importance of public relations in modern organizations. You should be able to evaluate the ways of marketing services, and you should also be able to select the methods of carrying out market research. So those are the learning outcomes, those are the competencies, the skills that you should be attain at the end of this course. So let's start by defining what marketing and public relations is. It's a very broad relationship using both traditional and modern methods or media channels in a way that can adapt to the ever-changing marketing landscape. Remember, the marketing landscape is always changing. From the time marketing was formalized up to today, there have been shifting landscape between the seller and the buyer, or the consumer and the provider. So marketing and public relations mostly uses the fundamentals of classic public relations in very creative ways or innovative ways, fostering interactions among organizations, products, consumers, and the media that is unprecedented in the history of modern marketing. So this is something new, it's something that cannot be avoided, it's a must-have. So each and every organization that wants to have a clout in the business world has to have marketing and public relations. Marketing and public relations include a variety of programs to promote or protect the company's image, corporate image, or individual product. So here what we are talking about when we talk about the public, we are talking about any group of people or group of entity that has an actual or potential interest in the company's ability to achieve its objectives. So what are the functions of marketing and public relations? First is to have press relations between the organization and the world of media, product publicity, corporate communication, lobbying, counseling. Marketing and public relations also has a function to present news and information about the organization in the most positive light. So it's the mouthpiece of the organization. It sponsors the efforts to publicize specific products. Product publicity is when an organization, for example, attempts to attract public interest about a product or a service that it offers. So marketing and public relations' job is to ensure that the correct information or the selling information is given to the right audience. There's an aspect of the traditional marketing and public relations. So traditionally, marketing and public relations was defined as a firm's effort to build good relations with its various publics by obtaining favorable publicity, building up a good corporate image, and handling or heading off unfavorable rumors, stories, or events. Typically, an organization would accomplish these goals by working with the media to send a persuasive message to consumers. But today, marketing and public relations has changed from that point of refuting rumors, stories, giving the organization only or putting the correcting certain information, to what we call corporate communication, bringing out a message issued by the organization to the public. Mostly marketing and public relations today wants to promote the understanding about the organization through internal and external communications. So they both, the internal communication within the organization itself, talking to the employees, the stakeholders, shareholders, stockholders, telling them about the organization's activities, products, or stance on certain issues. Diversification, for example, introducing a new product, doing away with a certain product. And then external, it looks at other agencies, channel partners, media, government, industry, bodies, institutions, education, and general public. Today, marketing and public relations also does what you call lobbying. It deals with the registrators, government officials, to promote or defeat certain registration or regulation which may not be favorable or may be favorable to the organization. It also involves itself in counseling, advising management about public issues, public opinion, how the public views the organization, and what the management needs to do about it. Issues about company's position on a number of issues, and also the image of the company, both in good and bad times. So what are the tasks of marketing and public relations? It ultimately does one of the things. Okay, it communicates on behalf of the organization and the stakeholders. It does this through a number of channels, typically interpersonal or media. Now, media, here we can define media as any communication method widely distributed to the consumer or business community. So it depends with the place. It could be through radio, television, newspaper, brochure, whatever, depending on the most used kind of media. Okay, then we talk about intermediaries, organizations, for example, or individuals that pass a message about a product from a firm to consumers. Now, this should not be confused with marketing intermediary. Marketing and public relations has other functions also, or other tasks, for example, building the identity of the organization or product, increasing the visibility of an established organization or product, being an expert or bringing in an expert, or establishing an organization or individual as an expert in a given field, educating stakeholders on issues critical to the organization, shaping public opinion about an organization, an idea or individual or a product, maintaining the image of an organization or product over time and or during a crisis, stimulating the trial or repeat usage of a product. Now, what type of tools does marketing and public relations use? There are a number of tools. One of them is publications, for example, annual reports, brochures, newsletters, newspapers, magazines, hold an event, for example, a news conference, a seminar, outings, trade shows, career shows. Then it can also have a sponsorship, for example, sponsoring a sports event, cultural activities. Those are all issues about the tools that marketing and public relations can use. It can also use news, get the media to accept press releases and attend press conferences, speeches, company executives at certain meetings. They can also do some of that they can use such an avenue to propagate the position of the company. Public service activities, contribution of time and money to good causes to build goodwill. That is what you call corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility is also one of the major ways that marketing and public relations can reach out to the community. And then identity media, the company can use a visual identity that the public immediately recognizes. Company logos, stationery, brochures, all those are tools that marketing and public relations can use. You can also use signs, business cards, uniforms, dress codes, uniforms or t-shirts or any kind of clothing could also be used in marketing and public relations. Then we look at marketing mix. Marketing mix is just a variety of tools available to marketers in their quest to manage the marketing process. It's also called the 4 Ps, which translate into or stand for place, promotion, price, and product. Now, if you look at the product, each product has certain characteristics which make it unique or stand out from the other product. A product should be able to establish itself on the market, defeat the alternative products because of its characteristics, the options that it offers, the brand name, the packaging, quantity, for example, or company guarantee about the product can make the product sellable or not to sell. And then the next one talks about place, different types of distribution channels, density of the distribution system, trade relation mix, merchandising advice, price, the list price, usual terms of payment, usual discounts, terms of credit, long-term saving campaigns. And then the last one on promotion, which is our area of interest. It talks about advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations. Now, who are the stakeholders when it comes to marketing and public relations? We need to understand the difference between a stakeholder and a shareholder. So here we are more interested in stakeholders. So marketing and public relations task is to ultimately use one of the communication tools between an organization and its stakeholders. It can use interpersonal communication or media. Stakeholders are customers, prospective customers, employees, stockholders, or in some cases even the general public. Anybody who has direct or indirect link to the organization or direct or indirect interest to the organization. So marketing and public relations has to look at the current and potential customers to the organization. Basic rules for marketing and public relations. One is use, or you need to understand what marketing and public relations is all about. Use it the way it's supposed to be used. Be aware of what is newsworthy. Share the news. Package it properly. Get it to the right people at the right time in the right place. The other issue about marketing and public relations, people involved in marketing and public relations should be 24/7 available. They should always be engaged. Realize that marketing and public relations has a global reach, and then also realize that ethics is not an option, but it's key. Ethics and values of a marketing and public relations professional. It's advocacy, honesty, expertise, independence, loyalty, fairness. Now, as we are about to wind up, let's look at some of the reflection questions, the questions that we can ask ourselves and try to find answers and help us to understand what marketing and public relations is all about. For example, explain the basic concept of marketing and public relations. Compare and contrast marketing and public relations with traditional public relations and advertising. Discuss some of the stories that you have read about on the web, on TV, on magazines and newspapers. Is the coverage of any of these issues affecting those who have a stake in its promotion in a positive or negative way? Explain. So these are some of the reflection questions that you can look at and try to understand what marketing and public relations is all about.